Got some breaking news on Morgan Stanley. Credit Suisse just raised the price target on Morgan from 47 to 49. And right now, Morgan Stanley is at $46.70. And look at Goldman. It is down about 0.25%. And Goldman always sort of the crown wearer, certainly when it came to market cap between the two. But just moments ago, Morgan touched the same level when it comes to market cap. Charlie Gasparino, now it's slightly below, but what does this really mean?
Well, what are we talking about when we say market cap? It's the market value, how much your company is worth based on how many shares and what the price is. It's a big barometer of a company's wealth. Just a few minutes ago, we checked, and it was Morgan Stanley having with a market cap of 85.7. Goldman Sachs with a market cap of 85.59. Now,
hold on, market cap right now for Morgan has gone up 86.3 at the moment.
Goldman is?
Stand by.
Okay.
Goldman's at 87.7.
Okay, so it's
neck and neck.
It's neck and neck. That was the first time in a decade that Morgan Stanley beat Goldman Sachs in market cap. They have not been that close over the past decade. We should point out that since 2006, particularly in 2006, right after the financial crisis, Goldman Sachs was the crown jewel, had a much bigger market cap valuation than Morgan Stanley. Why was that? Because they were able to trade on volatility. Now, this says a lot about what's going on both on Washington, Wall Street. There's one reason why Gary Cohn, a former Obama Democrat, is now working for the Trump administration. He was very, very annoyed, brutally mad that the guy he supported, President Obama, passed something known as Dodd-Frank, which eviscerated Goldman Sachs' business model, which was trading. It's very tough to do the type of proprietary trading Goldman Sachs did. And that hurt Goldman Sachs' business model. Since then, since Dodd-Frank, their market cap has gone down. And since Dodd-Frank, because James Gorman, the CEO of Morgan Stanley, did something else. He started going to less risky businesses.
Yeah, he saw something, a different horizon, which he went.
Yes, asset management and wealth management, more stable, more secure. Their market cap has been going up, except for there were some rocky times along the way, but clearly his bet has paid off. Goldman Sachs, and this is the sort of, I guess, eternal question of Goldman, do they have a business model issue? A lot of analysts I talk to say yes. Dodd-Frank, if it changes, is not going to allow them to go back to the old Goldman Sachs, to wheeling and dealing in the markets. It's still going to be a lot of handcuffs on what they do. They're going to have to buy an asset manager or try to expand out in asset management. Can you buy an asset manager?
Well, the real winner for Morgan Stanley was their wealth management.
Or does Goldman Sachs go out and buy Charles Schwab? That's a big question.
You've asked that before.
And if you talk to analysts, they need something like that. Now, something like that is not cheap. I mean, Goldman has a lot of money. I'm sure they have cash. But that is a big purchase. Check the market cap of Charles Schwab right now. I don't think it's $85 billion, but it's in the billions, and it's going to be a huge deal. There will be a premium on it. I mean, that's the sort of thing.
It's at $56.4 billion.
Okay, so you're almost talking like merger.
That would be a lot for Buffett.
It would be an amazing merger, Charles Schwab and Goldman Sachs. I can always tell you that Goldman Sachs has always had a flirtation with Charles Schwab, just so you know. Dating back to the dot-com years, I just remember covering Goldman back in the 1990s, late 1990s. They were always talking about doing something high-end in the sort of wealth management, not necessarily buying a bunch of brokers, but doing something they have high-end brokers there, but doing something innovative, maybe with the type of model that Charles Schwab has. Remember, they have the independent advisors on the side. They don't quite work for them.
Right.
They're associated with them. They have the online trading stuff. Charles Schwab is a pretty innovative company. So that's where we are right now. And I'll tell you this, Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs, they don't want to comment. I'm sure Morgan Stanley will comment at some point because they're kind of catching up here. But there's one reason. I mean, this is the reason why Gary Cohn is working for Trump. It's because of what he believes the Democratic Party did to the Goldman Sachs business model, which was
not because he didn't want to wait around to be the CEO because Lloyd Blankfein is still there?
Well, listen, I think yes. I mean, that's it, too. But this is one of the reasons why, because he believed that the Democratic Party destroyed Goldman Sachs' business. I mean, it was something that I can tell you.
They're making money.
They're making money, but still, Morgan Stanley's ahead on market cap right now. That says something.
Fascinating. All right,
or
Charlie,
even, whatever it is. I don't know. We'll see at the end of the day.
Okay.
and we'll update.
Thank God you didn't speak Spanish again today.
Habla español muy bien. By the way, Big Daddy, you know, Richelle Gatto, I told you, he said I spoke very well.
Oh, okay. Closing. Don't try French.